And I am recording it as well, so they'll be able to catch up on it later if they want to. So if you come down onto your mats, find yourself in a supine position, so on your backs. Let your legs go out long, or you can have them bent. Arms can just go out to the side, palms up, palms down, however you feel most comfortable. And just bring attention to your breath. Try and switch off from the outside world. Try and start to notice how you're feeling in this moment. Turn your attention inwards, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Whenever you're ready, just take 3 deep breaths. So we're going to draw that breath deep down into the base of the stomach, layering all the way up through the rib cage, up to the top of the collarbone, and then exhale completely. 2 more deep breaths in your own time. And if you're doing this correctly, you might feel your stomach rise before your chest. And as you exhale, just let everything go deeper into the mat below. 1 more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly bring your knees in towards your chest. You're just going to take your hands on top of your knees, and you can just gently rock from side to side to begin with. Massage that lower back into the ground. And then you can begin to make those knees into circles. So just gently drawing circles with the knees. They can be big, they can be small. Feeling all the areas of your lower back. And we're going to do roughly about 5 circles in one direction, and then back the other way for another 5 circles. When you've done 5 circles in both directions, just gently bring the knees back to centre. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale as we lift and squeeze nose to knees, and then exhale to lower. We're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale to lift and squeeze nose to knees. Exhale to lower. Last time, inhale to lift and squeeze nose to knees. Exhale to lower. From here, take the toes to the floor, keep the heels lifted, and then take the arms out wide, palms facing down. We're just going to drop the knees from side to side as we try and keep those shoulders glued to the floor, releasing off the lower back, unraveling the spine, starting to get into the hips and the glutes, starting to mobilize the body. 1 more each side. And then gently come all the way back to centre and make your way up to seated. So finding yourself in the centre of your mat, in a seated position, we're just going to get comfy, and then when you're ready, we're going to inhale as we lift the right arm up, reaching up tall. Feel that extension down the side body, and as you exhale, reach all the way over to the left. Inhale back to centre, switching over the arms. Lift and lengthen again through that left arm, and then exhale as you reach all the way over to the right. We're going to do 4 more of these each side, so just moving with your own breath, in your own time, lifting and lengthening as you come through that midline, and exhaling to fold and reach. One more each way. And then gently come all the way back to centre, and this time we're going to inhale to lift and lengthen, exhale as we look behind us over our left shoulder. Inhale to lift and lengthen, exhale to twist and look behind. Again, we're going to do 5 of these in total each side, so just 4 more to go, moving with your own breath in your own time. Always lifting and lengthening through the spine as we come through that midline. Last one each way. And then just gently return to center. From here, we're going to take the feet out in front of us, soles of the feet to the floor, and then you're going to take the knees at a 90-degree angle. So you're going to bend the legs at a 90-degree. One foot's going to kind of be stacked on top of the other knee, and then you're going to use your hands either on the floor behind or out in front of you to just do 5 hip rotations, or 90-90s, we call them. So you're just dropping the knees from side to side. If you've got your hands off the floor, it's not unusual to move all the way around the room as you're doing this. One more each way. And then come all the way back to center. From here, we're going to come onto our hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and you're going to do 5 cat-cows. So you're going to inhale as you dip the stomach, squeeze the shoulder blades together, look up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, round through the spine, press the ground away, look towards, suck the navel up and back. Inhale as you lift. Exhale to round. So think about moving vertebrae by vertebrae as you do this. And just spend a moment or two in each end of each position. Really noticing how your body feels in those areas that you're working. Using the breath to guide you through the transition. One more each way. Exhale. And then slowly return back to center. From here, you're going to take your hands slightly further forwards, tuck the toes and press up and back into your down facing dog. So with down facing dog, we're going to grip the mat with our hands. So spread the fingertips, press the fingertips down into the ground, and then think about pressing through the knuckles. So you're active in the hands. Press the chest through the arms and pull the shoulder blades apart. If you've got a top that falls over your head, then just feel free to chuck it to one side. So you're going to think about opening up the shoulder blades so you have a nice broad upper back and the neck is nice and loose from the shoulders. From here you can soften the knees and we'll just take a few pulses through the upper back to begin with. Thinking about pointing that tailbone high towards the sky, finding that nice long spine, getting into the shoulders and the chest. And then we're going to begin to work into the legs. So come still with the upper body, with the lower body. We're going to alternate from side to side, pedaling through the feet, opening up the calves, the hips, the hamstrings, the ankles and the toes. One more each side. And then slowly come back to center with both upper and lower bodies. So when you're ready, we're just slowly going to walk the feet all the way in towards the hands, coming into our Uttanasana forward fold at the front of the mat. Feet are hip distance apart. As it's the first one of the day, we're going to soften the knees, draw the chest over the thighs, crown of the head towards the floor. And then you can take the ragdoll variation with opposite hand to opposite elbow and just gently rock from side to side, opening up the lower back, releasing off the glutes, the hips, the hamstrings. Take a few deep breaths. And then when you're ready, inhale as we come all the way up, extended Tadasana, reaching up tall. Exhale, release the arms, shake it all out, and we'll just finish with a few churnings of the wrists and the ankles. So with the hands, interlace the fingers, clasp the hands together, and you're going to churn or draw circles or figure of eights with your hands. Whilst you're doing this, you can stand on one leg and rotate one foot so you're getting into the ankle. Or alternatively, you can take the tops of the toes towards the floor and then churn the ankle like so. So we're going to do roughly 10 rotations on each foot. So just churning around, getting into all those areas, covering the joints with the synovial fluid that they need to be protected for throughout the practice. and then switch sides. So again, option to rotate the ankle or top of the foot down toward the floor and churn like so. Whichever works for you. It's quite awkward to keep your coordination at the same time as changing feet, and also you might find one side is a little bit more awkward or stiffer than the other. And then when you've done 10 or so on both sides, release the hands, release the feet, shake everything out and come and find yourself at the front of your mat, back in Tadasana. So we're going to begin this session with a couple of rounds of easy sun salutations. We're going to do 4 rounds in total. We're going to start off at 3 breaths per pose for the first round, 2 breaths per pose for the second, and then the final 2 will do 1 breath per pose. So if you get lost in those slightly quicker rounds, don't panic, just take it easy, do what you can, and just move and breathe if all else fails. So come back to the front of your mat, find yourself in Tadasana. Feet are hip distance apart, lift the toes, spread them, really feel the ground underneath the feet. Engage through the legs, tuck the tailbone under, suck the navel back and in, roll the shoulders back and down, and lengthen through the crown of the head. We'll take a nice deep breath all the way in. And as you exhale, let the shoulders loosen away from the ears. Let everything just melt toward the floor and relax. And then on the next inhale, we're going to lift the hands all the way up above the head, reaching up tall, extended Tadasana. Soften the knees, hinge at the hips and fold all the way down into your Uttanasana, forward fold. So you can just let the hands hang by your sides or place the hands on the floor wherever you are comfortable. And just take 2 deep breaths, inhaling to find length, exhaling to fold deeper. So think about drawing the chest over the thighs rather than crunching the upper body down. 1 more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then on the next inhale, you're going to take a big step back with the left foot into a low lunge. So drop the back knee to the floor, roll the shoulders back and down, chest comes through the arms, eye gaze forwards. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. 1 more deep breath all the way in again. And as you exhale, step back to your down facing dog. From here, we're taking 3 deep breaths, so option to take those shoulder pulses or pedal through the feet, yogi's choice. We'll be back here again in just a moment, so you can do the alternating one if you want to afterwards. 1 more deep breath all the way in, find length in the spine, exhale, push the heels towards the floor, and then when you're ready, we're going to inhale as we roll forwards into high plank. Option to drop the knees if you need to. And then exhale as we come all the way down into low plank or knees, chest, chin. And then inhale to press up to either cobra, or if cobra is too much for the lower back, come through onto your elbows into sphinx. In either case, roll the shoulders back and down, eye gaze forwards, chest comes through the arms. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs, point the toes, support that lower back. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then when you're ready, you're going to press up and back into down facing dog. So as you inhale, press up. As you exhale, press back to down facing dog. So option now to either go back to that alternating foot pedal, or you can come to that pulsating shoulder pulse, opening up the thoracic spine, opening up the chest and the arms, whichever you prefer, yogi's choice. 1 more deep breath all the way in, find length in the spine, exhale, push the heels towards the floor, and on the next inhale, look forwards to the front of the mat and step the left foot through between the hands, coming back into that low lunge on the other side. So right knee drops to the floor, roll those shoulders back and down, chest comes through the arms, help the foot there if you need to. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. 1 more deep breath all the way in again. And as you exhale, step through to your Uttanasana, forward fold. Again, we're here for 3 deep breaths. So inhale to find length, exhale to fold deeper. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, fold deeper again. And then inhale as we come all the way up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, we're going to swan dive straight down into round 2. Uttanasana, forward fold. Take a nice deep breath in, find length in the spine, exhale, fold deeper. And then on the next inhale, we're going to step back with the right foot into a low lunge, dropping the back knee to the floor. Roll the shoulders back and down, eye gaze forwards, chest comes through the arms. Exhale, step back to your down facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in, find length in the spine. Exhale, push the heels towards the floor. And as you inhale, roll forwards to that high plank. Option to drop the knees if you need to. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to Sphinx or Cobra, yogi's choice. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. And as you exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, push the heels towards the floor. And as you inhale again, right foot steps through between the hands, coming back down into that low lunge. Roll the shoulders back and down, take a nice deep breath all the way in. As you exhale, step through to your Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, lift all the way up, extended Tadasana, and we're going into round 3. 1 breath per pose, so if you get lost, just move and breathe. Exhale as you come all the way down into your Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps back, high or low lunge this time. So suck the knee away from the floor if you're in that high lunge. Exhale, step back to your down facing dog. Inhale, roll forwards to high plank. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to Sphinx or Cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. Inhale, left foot comes through, high or low lunge, yogi's choice. Exhale, right foot comes through, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, extended Tadasana. Exhale as we swan dive back down for round 4, our 4th and final round. Inhale, right foot steps back, high or low lunge. Exhale, left foot steps back, down facing dog. Inhale, roll forwards to high plank. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to Sphinx or Cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. Inhale, right foot comes through, high or low lunge. Exhale, left foot comes through, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, release the arms, shake it all out. You should be feeling a little bit more warm and mobile. So we're going to go into the main flow for our sequence today. And we're going to start off with Warrior 1. So if you find yourself back at the front of your mat, after the flow we're going to go into a bit of a balance challenge and then follow that with some restorative stretches. So it's all nice and gentle. If there's anything you can't do or it hurts, stop. Don't do it. Skip that pose, either come to Tadasana or sit back in child's pose, whichever you prefer. Yogi's choice. Things should feel uncomfortable but not painful. That's the key to your gauging it today. So finding yourself in Tadasana at the front of your mat, set yourself back up. We're going to take a big step back with our left foot now into our Warrior 1. So back foot goes down at a 45-degree angle. If you think about having train tracks down your mat, the wider those train tracks are, the steadier your balance will be. So if you need to go slightly wider, feel free. Hips are square to the front of the mat, and we're going to inhale as we lift the hands up above our head. Exhale as we sink down into that Warrior 1. You're pressing through all 4 corners of each foot. You're squeezing your glutes, squeezing your inner thighs and pulling your shoulders back and down. Hopefully your body, your torso is upright. You're not leaning forwards or leaning back. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release that left hand back to the left leg and then reach up tall as you inhale with that right hand and coming into reverse warrior. So let the hand come back, find that small back bend or stay upright, yogi's choice, wherever you feel comfortable. Take a nice deep breath all the way in again. Exhale, and then when you're ready, we're going to windmill the arms up and over, coming down into a low lunge. So hands frame the front foot, back foot, the heel lifts off the floor and the knee drops to the floor too. So set yourself up in that low lunge, and then when you're ready, we're going to inhale as we lift and reach with the hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, cactus the arms out to the side. Feel that stretch across the chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together. As you inhale, you're going to lift and reach again. And as you exhale this time, we're going to come back into half splits. So we're going to swing the hands back, straighten that front leg, and reach the nose towards the toes. So you're flexing your foot back towards you. If you need to, you can place your hands on the floor to help steady your balance, wherever you prefer. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in again. Exhale, release the hands to the floor if you haven't already. Left hand is going to stay grounded. As we inhale, we're going to lift and twist with the right hand up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath all the way in again. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release that hand to the floor. Come back into your low lunge, and then we're going to step back to our down facing dog. Take a moment there to just pedal out the feet, open up the hips, the calves, the hamstrings, and then we'll take a vinyasa. So we're going to inhale as we roll forwards to high plank. Option to drop the knees, remember. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. And then inhale as you press up to Sphinx or Cobra, yogi's choice. Remember, Sphinx is on the forearms, depending on how your lower back feels. Take a nice deep breath in, let the hips melt toward the floor. Remember, squeeze those glutes, squeeze those inner thighs, support that lower back. As you inhale again, think about lifting and lengthening, and as you exhale, look over your left shoulder. See if you can see your right heel. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and then inhale back to center, and same on the other side. So looking over your right shoulder, look back, see if you can see your left heel. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. One more, all the way in again. Exhale. And then inhale back to center. From here, we're going to exhale as we push back to extended child's pose. Resting our forehead on the floor, sitting back on our heels, reaching the hands forwards to begin with. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in again. Exhale. Staying with your forehead on the floor and sitting back on your heels, we're just going to turn the palms up towards the ceiling. So the arms are going to stay exactly where they are. Just hands are reaching up towards the ceiling, or palms are reaching up towards the ceiling. Notice where that stretch now transfers to. Notice how that feels in your body. And just take 2 more deep breaths. Exhale completely. And then release the hands back to the floor. Come up onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes, press back to your down facing dog. And then walk the feet all the way in towards the hands, coming into your Uttanasana forward fold. Take a moment there if you want to in ragdoll, release the lower back, or just stay with your hands on the floor, maybe clasp behind your calves and pull the body deeper over the legs. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then when you're ready, inhale, we're going to come all the way up. Extended Tadasana, exhale, release, reset. And we're going to repeat that on the other side. So this time, find yourself back in Tadasana at the front of your mat, and we're going to take a big step back now with the right leg. So stepping all the way to the back of the mat, finding that 45-degree angle with the foot. Left foot, toes are pointing forwards, and you're squaring the hips to the front of the mat too. When you're ready, inhale to lift and reach with the hands, shoulders back and down away from the ears. And as you exhale, sink into that lunge. So keep pressing through the feet, keep squeezing the glutes, making sure your torso is nice and upright. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. And as you exhale, release that right hand to that right leg. Inhale to lift and reach with that left hand up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, fold backwards into reverse warrior. Or you can stay upright, yogi's choice. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then when you're ready, inhale, windmill the arms all the way up and over. Frame that front foot, come into your low lunge. So back foot lifts, heel comes off the floor, knee drops to the floor. Set yourself up in that low lunge. Roll the shoulders back and down, chest comes through the arms, eye gaze forwards. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then when you're ready, inhale to lift the hands up off the floor into that extended low lunge. As you exhale, cactus the arms out to the side. And as you inhale again, lift and reach. As we exhale this time, arms are going to sweep back or land on the floor as the front leg straightens, toes flex back towards you. You're going to fold as you reach nose towards toes. Take another 2 deep breaths. And as you exhale on that second deep breath, bring the hands to the floor. Right hand stays grounded this time. As you inhale, lift and twist to the left. Eye gaze goes up towards the top fingertips. And again, take 2 more deep breaths. Exhale, release that top hand, come through into your low lunge, and then we're stepping back into our down facing dog. Pedal out the feet, open up the calves, the hips, the hamstrings, and then when you're ready, we'll take another vinyasa. So we're going to inhale as we roll forwards to high plank. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale as you press up to Sphinx or Cobra. And then this time we're going to sit back into extended child's pose. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale and release the arms by your side. So instead of having them reaching beside you, just let them relax on the floor either side of your legs, maybe palms facing up towards the ceiling. Take another 2 deep breaths as you just let the shoulders melt over the knees. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and then slowly come up to a kneeling position. So we're going to come into a variation of cow face pose, just with the legs, and we're going to add a forward fold in. So you're going to come from this kneeling position. We're just simply going to take the right leg in front of the left leg. Take the feet out to the side, so the knees are stacked on top of each other, the feet go out to the side, so there is space for you to sit back and hopefully get both sit bones to the floor. If this isn't possible for you, option 2 would be to take that right foot, place the sole of the foot on the floor. We're aiming to get both sit bones to the floor in whichever variation you pick. If that's still not an option for you, you can just come to a regular seated position. So pick the progression with the legs of your choice. And then with the next stage, with the upper body, we're simply going to let the body melt forwards over the legs. So the hands can reach in front, behind, wherever you want. You're just reaching the chest to the knee. If you're in this upright one with the knee, with the foot on the floor, you're just going to bring that knee in towards your chest and look over your left shoulder or right shoulder. So pick whichever variation works for you. And then we're just going to hold here for 3 deep breaths. So you should feel this in your hips. As you exhale, try and let everything relax a little bit. 1 more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly inhale as you come all the way back up to a seated position. We're going to inhale as we unravel the legs and then switch sides. So you can either go back up onto your knees and crisscross them the other way. Right knee is going to go underneath the left knee. If you're doing it in the seated position, just stack the knees vertically on top of each other. So left knee should be on top wherever you're at, or with your foot on the floor. If you've got your legs crisscrossed, just crisscross them the other way in a regular seated position. From here, we're just going to inhale to lift and lengthen, and then exhale to reach and fold. Another 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then as you inhale, come all the way up into a seated position. Unravel the legs. And we're going to come back to a kneeling position. So if your knees are particularly painful, just come back to a seated position. If your knees are feeling okay and you're able to sit back on your heels, then brilliant. This is option 1. Option 2, you can come forwards if your knees and quads allow it, and take the feet out to the side so there is a gap, and let your bum sit down toward the floor. If you can't quite reach the floor but sitting back on your heels is a little too easy, you could use a pillow or a block underneath the sit bones. I'll demonstrate it so that you're just slightly lower than the heels but higher than the floor. So wherever you are comfortable, pick that option. From here you should just feel a stretch in the quads, no pain in the knees at all. From here we're going to take left arm out in front of us. Right arm is going to come over the top, crossing at the elbows. You're going to wrap the hands together and come into eagle arms. So see if you can flatten the palms of the hands together. If not, just see if you can grab or just take a cross body stretch. So whichever option works for you, set yourself up, and then when you're ready, we're going to inhale as we lift and reach, or if you're in that cross body stretch, just press a little harder and hold. We're going to be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, shake the arms out, and we'll switch sides. So left arm comes over the top of the right, wrap the arms together, and then when you're ready, inhale to lift and reach. We'll press and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, shake the arms out. From here, we're going to come back into that kneeling position now. Take the block or the pillow out from underneath you if you've got one, and find yourself in a regular kneeling position. If this isn't great for you, you can also do this standing. So you could also come up onto your feet as well. So we're going to come into kneeling camel to begin with. So hands are going to go back on your lower back and maybe just on top of your bum, that sort of area. And you're going to think about rolling the shoulders back and down. Option 1, eye gaze is going to go up towards the ceiling, and you're just going to take that stretch across the chest. Option 2, you can start to lift through the heart and bend backwards, taking the eye gaze back behind you, sending the hips forwards as you lean back into a sort of back bend. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come all the way back up to center. From here, we're then going to take the hands back behind us, interlace the fingers, clasp the hands together. Think about pulling the hands back and down so you're opening up those shoulders. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips and come forwards into a kneeling forward fold with a reverse arm stretch. Head can come towards the floor, pull the hands away from the back. We're going to limber between the two poses 3 times. So you're going to inhale to come all the way up, exhale to come back into that camel pose, and then inhale to come all the way up again, exhale to come into that reverse arm stretch, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, exhale, camel, inhale, come all the way up, exhale, forward fold. From here then just come all the way up again. Find yourself back in that kneeling position. Release the arms, shake them out. Take the hands to the front 2 corners of the mat. Tuck the toes and press back into your down facing dog. Take a moment there to just pedal out through the feet, and then we'll take another vinyasa. So you're going to inhale as you roll forwards into that high plank. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. And then inhale as you press up to Sphinx or Cobra. As you exhale now, we're going to melt the body down toward the floor, coming into a prone position on the mat. From here, take the arms out wide in a T-shaped position. Chin or forehead can rest on the ground. And we're going to come into a prone scorpion roll. So your left hand is going to come underneath that left shoulder. The The left leg is also going to lift as you inhale and reach over towards the right hand. You might not be able to reach there, you can just let it hang in the air. You should be thinking about gluing that right shoulder to the floor and finding that stretch in that shoulder and that arm. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then inhale, come all the way back to center and switch sides. So right hand is going to come under right shoulder, left arm is going to go out long, glue that shoulder to the floor. As you inhale, right leg comes up and reaches over as you exhale toward the left hand. Again, find that stretch down that shoulder, down that arm, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Take the hands back underneath the shoulders and press back into your extended child's pose. Forehead to the floor, reach the hands forwards, take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. If this is enough for you today, then stay here. If you want to take it deeper, we can start working into that extended puppy pose. So if you want to go a little bit deeper, we're going to lift slightly off the heels with our bums, reach the hands further forwards and bring the chin toward the floor. We're going to stay here for 3 deep breaths, or you can stay in that extended child's pose for another 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And again, option to stay here or option to come into full extended puppy pose, bringing the chest all the way through to the bottom of the mat. And you can grab a hold of the front of the mat to push back. Hips should be stacked on top of knees or behind, not in front. This bend should be only in your upper back and your cervical spine. Your lower back should be completely neutral. So go to where you can feel the stretch there and just take another 2 more deep breaths. As you exhale completely, on the next inhale, come all the way up and bring yourself down to a prone position on your mat. From here, we're going to take left hand back to left foot, and then we're going to bring that heel in towards the glute, pulse it a few times, and then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, and then switch sides. Right hand is going to go back to right foot. Bring the heel in towards the glute, pulse it a few times, and then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Take both hands underneath you now. Tuck the toes and press up and back into your down facing dog. Walk the feet all the way to the front of the mat. Coming into your Uttanasana, forward fold. And then inhale as you come all the way up. Extended Tadasana. Exhale, release. So we're just going to move into our balance section now. So feel free to come off the mat to do this or do it on the mat. The mat is, if it's particularly spongy, it might be a little bit harder to do it there. So we're going to do tree pose as our balance posture today. So find yourself in that Tadasana position, and we'll start with working on our foot position. So option 1, you can just gently rest the toes on the floor. So we're going to move our body weight over onto our right leg, which will be our standing leg. And the left foot is just going to come and rest against the ankle. Toes can be resting on the floor too. And the heel kind of just slightly higher up the leg. You're thinking about finding that nice 90-degree angle with the knees. So you're squeezing the glutes and squeezing the hips so that you're open up at that angle. With the hands, you can bring the hands to heart, palms together. Or you can take the hands above the head. Option 2 with the foot, you can bring the foot up higher, up the calf, and test your balance. Or you can even bring it up to your inner thigh. Please do not place it on your knee, protect your knee joints. So it's either above the knee or below the knee, not on the knee. When you set yourself up in whichever position you prefer, see if you can hold here, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs, hold that position. If you're finding this particularly easy, you could challenge your balance by taking your eye gaze up towards the ceiling. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, release everything back down to the floor. And we're going to switch sides. So option 1 with the foot, ankle, calf, or inner thigh, yogi's choice. Squeeze the glutes, find that nice 90 degree with the legs, and then bring the hands to heart or hands above the head. When you're ready and you're steady, you can stay here, or you can take that eye gaze up towards the ceiling, and again hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Shake it all out, release yourself from that posture, and then we'll work our way down towards the floor for our final finishing restorative sequence. So we're going to inhale as we lift the hands up above the head, exhale as we come through into that Uttanasana forward fold. From here we're going to walk the feet all the way to the back of the mat and find our down facing dog position. When you're ready, you're going to inhale as you lift the right leg up high to the sky, bend at the knee, find your 3-leg down facing dog, maybe even take that scorpion hip twist variation if you wish. When you're ready, take that knee through to the front right corner of the mat, setting yourself up in pigeon pose. So sliding the left leg back, right knee to the front corner. We're trying to find a nice level hip position. So you're thinking hip bone to heel, sit bone to floor. Try not to roll over onto that sit bone. If that means that you are here, that's absolutely fine. Work within your ability, not within what your ego would like you to do or what other people in the room are doing. You can press the ground away, open up that hip flexor as you inhale. Take a nice deep breath in and notice how your body's feeling, particularly in that left side. As you exhale, we're going to melt the body forwards, reaching the chest over the thigh, bringing yourself all the way down to the ground, forehead on the floor into sleeping pigeon pose. Now notice where the stretch has changed to, into your right hip, your glute, maybe your quad. And we're just going to take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly inhale as you come all the way back up into that seated pigeon. From here, you're going to take that left leg around and over now, placing the foot on the ground outside of that right knee. Again, we're aiming for both sit bones to the floor, so if that's not possible in this position, simply extend that lower leg out from underneath you. So pick whichever variation works for you. We're then going to grab a hold of that left knee with our right hand or elbow. Inhale to lift and twist, tummy to thigh, and then exhale as you look over that shoulder. 3 deep breaths. This is Half Lord of the Fishes. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you unravel the body. And we're going to take that left leg out to the side now. So taking the left leg straight out to the side, flexing the toes back towards you. The right sole of the foot is going to rest on that inner left thigh. Square the body off to that left leg. Inhale to lift and lengthen, and then exhale as you reach and fold. Half head to knee pose. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come all the way back up to seated. Take the hands to the floor, take that left leg back behind you. Step back to your down facing dog. Pedal out the feet, and we're going to switch to the other side. So inhale as you lift that left leg now, this time up to the sky. 3-leg down facing dog. Take that scorpion hip twist if you wish. And then when you're ready, bring that left knee through to the front left corner of the mat. Slide the right leg back, untuck the toes. Find that nice level hip position. So remember, you can either support yourself with a block or a pillow underneath, or just rest in this upright position. You're thinking about opening up that right hip flexor. So notice the stretch there, and try and get your sit bone to floor, hip bone to heel. Press into the ground as you inhale, and as you exhale, reach and fold over that left leg, coming into sleeping pigeon. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. And then inhale as you come all the way back up into that seated pigeon position. From here, you're then going to take that right foot up and over, or right leg up and over, crossing over that left leg and placing the sole of the foot on the outside of that left knee. Making sure both sit bones are connected to the floor. If not, you can always extend that lower left leg. So pick the variation that works for you. Taking a hold of that right knee with your left hand or elbow, you're going to inhale as you lift and twist tummy to thigh. Exhale as you look over that right shoulder. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly inhale as you unravel. You're going to unravel that that right leg. Take it out straight to the side and bring that sole of the left foot in towards that inner right thigh. Flex the toes back towards you of the straight leg. Square the body off, and when you're ready, inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale as you reach and fold. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly inhale as you come all the way up to seated. Taking the legs now straight out in front of you. We're going to take the hands back behind us, fingertips pointing away. We're going to come into the racks. So we're going to lift through the heart and look up towards the ceiling as we roll those shoulders back and down. So you should feel this stretch across the chest, maybe down into the shoulder and into the upper arm too. If this is enough for you, then stay here. If you want to take it deeper, take the feet to the floor and then scoot the bum towards the heels, keeping that lift towards the ceiling, and feel the stretch intensify. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then scoot the bum back out if you've moved forwards and come out of that position, shake off the arms, and then we're going to come down onto our backs to finish our last few postures. So bringing the knees in towards the chest. In that supine position, rock from side to side. Enjoy that gentle massage. And then when you're ready, take the arms out wide in a T-shaped position, palms facing down. As you exhale, drop the knees all the way over towards the left, and then inhale to lift and reach. Look the head towards the right. Take 3 deep breaths wherever you're at, either pressing down on the outer thigh, or extending that top leg, or just letting gravity do the work. Yogi's choice. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then when you're ready, inhale as you lift your knees and your head back to center. And then when you're ready, drop the knees as you exhale over to the right. Inhale to lift and twist the head to look towards the left. You can press down on the outer thigh, let gravity do the work, or extend that top leg. Yogi's choice. Just keep those shoulders glued to the floor. 3 more deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly inhale as you lift your knees and your head back to center. Hug them in tight, rock from side to side. Enjoy that gentle massage. One last time. And then whenever you're ready, slowly make your way all the way up to seated. Finding yourself in the center of your mat. For one final deep inhale, we're going to lift our hands up above our head, palms together at the top. And as we exhale, bringing the hands to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste. Thank you, ladies.